Good morning, everyone. Morning. So, as you know, Lithuania is yet under another hybrid attack from Belarus, and that is the lesson from the previous attacks. When deterrence doesn't work, when we are not strong in our response, then we see that dictatorships take another criminal activity, instrumentalize it, weaponize it, and use it against us. So this time, this is the smuggling operations, smuggling balloons that interfere into our civil aviation, disrupt our flights, and causes us millions in damage. On national scale, Lithuania did our job, and then we are protecting our border. We even closed the crossings with Belarus. But what we have to do right now today is to increase sanctions on Belarus and send a strong message that European Union stands for its citizens, stands for its people, and we are protecting our people. And this is the way how we do it. We respond with the measures that we have. Sanctions, that's one of the measures. And what we are proposing, that is to add criteria of the hybrid attacks in the regime of Belarusian sanctions. The second discussion today that will be really important and paramount, that will be the finances provided to Ukraine. Ukraine has to withhold where they are right now. We know the needs, we know the microfinancial needs, we know the war effort needs, and we have to meet them with our contribution. In Lithuania, we did it already. There is one line that we have no discussion about. That is support to Ukraine. 0.25% of our GDP next year, again, goes to Ukraine. Whether it is happening in the other capitals of Europe, we know the answer, not. And there are some that are really front runners, but in the majority of the capitals, it's not happening. We are not planning in our budgets. So then the paramount question is, so how we will finance it? And here we are with the frozen assets and this elegant way and proposal that was given to us by European Commission. We strongly support it, and we say that we have to move now. Because if we are not doing it today, if we are not having the political consensus on it, if we are not providing the solution for European Council later December, it means that we are in trouble at the beginning of the next year. And I know what Russians see and what they think about us, that we cannot withhold it, that we cannot handle it, that we cannot provide the finances, and it means that time plays into the hand of Russia. We have to deny them this scenario and deny them this view and perspective. That's why frozen assets has to be used in the loan of reparation form to Ukraine. Otherwise, I want to see the money, not the political solidarity talks. Show me the money. Show your plans with the budget. Then we can talk. If there are none, so let's move to the second option. If someone thinks that it's not about finances, okay, let's talk the scenarios. Let's talk the scenario for 26 for Ukraine, and then afterwards, what would be the scenarios for Europe? Because we have to get serious about it. It's not something that is, beyond, on the other side of our borders. That is happening here in Europe. And finally, that is also really important. That's the sanctions package that we have to prepare for the next year. That is 20th package. We are still going behind Americans, and this is paradox. Each time we speak about taking more responsibility, show the leadership, but what concerns sanctions, the United States are in front of us. I mean, they sanctioned Rosneft and Lukoil, and we couldn't sanction Lukoil in 19th package. That's why we have to include them in 20th package and add Rosatom. Finally, because we are proposing it, I don't know how many packages going back. So we have to do it this time, because otherwise we want really to call them like the big one, the biggest one, the most important one package, and still when there is the final result, we not deliver enough. So sanctions, that will be important.
What do you think of the so-called American-Russian peace plan for Ukraine? Should Europe and Ukraine approve that or not?
I haven't seen it. And I haven't met this morning anyone who saw it and who can comment on details. So I haven't seen the details, I cannot comment on the details, but I can comment on the principles that we talked previously. That's the sovereignty, that's the territorial integrity that we have to protect. These are really important things. These are important things for Lithuania. Each time when we speak with Americans, each time I remind them about Sumner Wells Act that was passed in 1940. That was about non-recognition of occupation of Baltic countries. Same principle. It has to be here with Ukraine. We cannot take it as the new reality, new normal, that we are reviewing territories of the countries. That is important. The other thing is important is, of course, about Ukrainians. And they have to be at the table. They have to agree about it. And I haven't heard that they are on it. And final point, if there is something related to Europe, we are Europe. And we have to discuss what is Europe and what is about our security.
How you will help Ukraine in a case of immediate ceasefire? Because security guarantees is not ready.
We will have to provide support to Ukraine after ceasefire. And this is some misperception that they also hear around the table, that when we will get the ceasefire, when there will be the peace agreement that would last longer, it means that it will be relief on our support to Ukraine. No. That would be on contrary. We'll have to increase it. As Lithuania committed to do it for 10 years. And ceasefire is not a criteria here. We will do it anyways. So we will have to provide what is needed for microfinances of Ukraine, for reconstruction. We will have to, to go serious about reparations coming from Russia. And, of course, supporting Ukraine armed forces. Because there has to be armed forces that would fix, as a minimum, Russians and deter in conventional way. And then the second phase, that would be the plans of coalition of the willing. We prepared the operational plans for moving into Ukraine, so we will have to go and implement them.
Do you think what just happened this morning showed a problem, which is that the White House and the Kremlin are negotiating, and the Europeans are reading about it in the media? I mean, doesn't this show that the Europeans are not participating in diplomacy when it comes to peace in Ukraine?
We saw the great development that happened in the last half a year, almost a year, with the United States and Europe playing its role and its part. And we were at the table as Europe, in the form of E5, E3, and plus formats and all the others. We worked through coalition of the willing. We showed that we are taking the burden. Then we agreed on Pearl mechanism, American weapons, European money, and that was the dialogue and back and forth. So I think that it was successful. So this is the reason why I believe that in this phase, if there is a real one, if there is a new real phase, we will cooperate on it. And I do not see the big tragedy that there are some ideas how to end this war. That's good that it's coming from the United States. Look at the positive side. If they are working on it, it means that they are engaged. They are not dropping it for Europe only to deal with. And with the sanctions package that I just mentioned, it shows that they are also serious about pushing Russia. And at the end of the day, this is the real parameter to check it, whether it is something that we can achieve. Does it provide pressure on Putin or not? If not, it means that he will get something in addition on top of us, and it won't be in our advantage. So I would measure from this point of view. Until Americans are working on additional sanctions, Lindsey Graham's package is once again on the move. Maybe it will be a different situation this time. Thank you.